Welcome back, Commendatores. And I say welcome back, even if it is your first time watching The Sopranos. It ain't my first time. I've seen it so many times. But for you, Ian Fidance, it is your Prima Volta. There you go. A little juice for you.
Yeah, I love the juice.
Good. Yeah, I bet. Look at you. You're all cut up. You look like you love the juice.
I do. Thank you. I got this nice Italian tea from my Carm aide, which I'm finding out I'm no longer calling her. She's now a Charmaine.
Charmaine Bucco.
She's now a Charmaine Bucco, and I am not Artie. I'm more of
well, we'll see.
Hey, fuck off.
Yeah, maybe you're a Jean-Philippe.
I'm not. Maybe.
Maybe.
No. Jury's still out on what and who I am, but maybe I'm the essence of the show. Ooh. But I also know what I am.
What's
That's
that?
a little gift giver.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, you're not here.
Yeah. Why not?
I mean,
This is your studio. This is Sam Triali's.
Yeah,
and who would I be?
We do need, by the way, a neon Sam Triali's.
Sam Triali
I'll
sign.
take down the not Sam sign and put on Sam Triali's.
If you're out there, get us a Sam Triali sign.
Oh,
thank you. And
the kids were. Hang on one sec.
Yeah.
You stay right here. Talk
all
to
right.
the people.
I'm staying right here. The kids were playing with
our mascot.
Oh, and why wouldn't they? It's such a fun mascot.
It's
such a fun thing because it sings, it makes you laugh, and for some people, it really triggers you to the fact that you killed your best friend.
It reminds you of that. Yeah, the reason I was letting the kids play with it is because, this is a place of business.
Yes.
I don't know why we need toys everywhere, but sometimes you do.
Yeah.
There he is.
There he is.
Sorry. I knew we were forgetting something. It didn't feel complete.
Right. But I did not forget, as a guest to Sam Triali's, it's the least I could do.
No.
I got you a Whitman's.
Oh, my God.
For you.
Look at a sampler.
Yeah, a sampler.
Look at that.
You have your choice of
It's even got
things.
coconut cream.
You can have coconut cream.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What a gift to give somebody when you walk into their home. A nice Whitman sampler. That's incredible. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
Ian.
you. I'm like a little drummer boy. I'm bearing the best gift.
That's 100% right. Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Speaking of nailed it, thank you guys for coming out to the Stress Factory.
Oh, yeah.
In Jersey. It was awesome. I got more gigs coming up. If you're in Vermont Comedy Club, April 1st and 2nd, going to be a good time.
I'll bet.
I was so blown away. All I could say was Meadow, because a guy in the front row, I walk on stage and he goes, I brought you Whitman's. So we got another Whitman's.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect.
This is nice. It may be starting a trend of just giving me candy, but you guys are commendators, and I want you to prove that you're an earner and give me an envelope full of fucking cash.
Still no envelopes.
Yeah,
huh?
no envelopes.
But we're in the Whitman stage right now. This is multiple Whitmans you've gotten.
Yes.
Yes.
and listen.
And don't forget, one of our great friends sent this into the Comedy Cellar.
Yeah, that's right.
Friends of ours.
Friends
I say
of ours.
friends
Yes.
of ours.
And I got to say, when Ma goes into a home, I'm going to need a boost.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Season 4, episode 6. Funny enough, it's titled Everybody Heard. Interesting note about this episode. Written by Michael Imperioli.
Really?
Directed by Steve Buscemi.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Same as Pine Barrens.
Pine Barrens directed by Steve Buscemi. Did Michael Imperioli write that? I don't think so.
No, he wrote the one before.
Yeah.
D-Girl.
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah. So this one's written by Michael Imperioli.
Wow.
Directed by Steve Buscemi. And this is the one, I guess, I wonder what it's like for Michael Imperioli to be writing for Christopher.
Right.
You know what I mean? His own character, because while Christopher's not the sort of central character in this one by any stretch, it still is important. This is the one where Tony officially tells Christopher, going forward, you're going to be my right-hand man. Everything's going to be going through you.
Right.
And he shows up high and on heroin.
I mean, the writing on the show is like a Rune Goldberg machine.
Yeah.
It's so intricate, and you have to plan ahead in order for, the ball to keep moving over here. You have to plan ahead and figure where's the ball going to go, and where's it going to hit the pan exactly for it to pop into the solo cup, for it to fall over, for it to hit the track, and this and that and the other. It's so intricately done and so smart. And this sets up Christopher for like way more future episodes. And it has almost like the comic relief of Artie, you know, him being a complete and total boob.
You don't like Artie Bucco?
No. I like the actor. See,
I'm talking about the character.
I hate some
Artie
of these
Bucco.
characters, but the actors are just so fucking good. Like Christopher, for Imperioli to write himself as even more of a fuck up,
Yes.
in these like subtle ways, it's just so perfect, and he plays it so well. Like when Tony I love that he just shoots heroin and he gets a call, meet me here, da da da, and he just goes. And he doesn't even write it on a pillow this time. And he meets up, and dude, he plays the whole like, I'm fucked up, but I'm overcompensating that I'm not.
Yes.
So, like,
yes.
well,
Without being a cartoon character.
He looks like he's walking in ski boots with a cigarette out of his mouth. And dude, the line Tony gives is like just so, I mean, that line sounds so iconic, and the way he nailed it when he goes, one thing they're not my blood. And Christopher's like, that's very wise. You're going to lead this family into the 20th century. Are we in the 20th century? And Tony's like, what the fuck?
It's so great that, you know, and that is the beauty of the show. And that is the beauty of something like Michael Imperioli writing that line.
Yeah.
Because that could be a very heroic scene for Christopher. And instead, it's just proving what a total ignoramus he is. That and that Tony is sitting there, and this is one of the many flaws of Tony. That Tony's sitting there going like, "You're the person I'm going to trust with everything," and Christopher Moltisanti could not be proving himself less trustworthy. He is deserving of none of this.
They're not my blood. Wise. And you can see in Tony's eyes and his look where he's like, what am I doing? Like, he kind of has this look of like you can almost see in slow motion Tony fucking this family up.
And Tony knows. I think that Tony's smart enough that I don't think he wants to admit it to himself, but he knows Christopher's fucked up.
Yeah.
And he knows that this is not, on some level, Tony knows that on paper this plan makes sense. Christopher is his blood.
Right.
But I think even in that moment, Tony is like,
yeah,
you know, I'm saying this but I don't.
No, you can see Tony being like, what am I doing? You
yeah.
know?
And that's the brilliance.
Like little like tells.
That's the brilliance of James Gandolfini's performance, that without saying it, he plays Tony as somebody, like you can see what Tony's thinking, which has got to be very difficult for an actor. You know what I mean? To not only play the line, but then also play the subtext behind everything.
It's incredible. And, you know, also I love the way it plays out where Christopher's like, well, that's why I wanted to tell you. I'd follow you through the gates of hell, T. And then he's like, that cop that killed my father. And Tony just looks down and he doesn't make eye contact with him. And you're like, this was a play.
That was a total lie.
Total fucking lie to get Christopher indebted to him and bring him close. And even Tony said, I've begun the process of making him like irrevocably attached or whatever.
Now imagine if Christopher had made his mother an accessory after the fact, like you claimed that he wanted to do.
I don't think it's an accessory after the fact if you're trusting in your mother.
Speaking of Tony's blood, we also get a little update from AJ and Meadow in this episode.
Oh,
First
God.
of all, how great is it that AJ is hanging out? You know who the actor was that plays AJ's friend?
Paul Dano, the Riddler.
How great is it that the Riddler's over there hanging out with AJ?
Paul Dano's a fantastic actor.
He's unbelievable.
There Will Be Blood, I think, is just such an amazing role for him.
It's
incredible.
Perfect. He's also in a movie called Identity.
The Girl Next Door.
Okay. He is in Girl Next Door.
Yeah.
He's a
the Click Commander.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, kind of a creep in that one.
Yeah.
But he's in a movie called Identity, starring John Cusack, where he plays a serial killer.
Wait. No.
Yeah.
Paul Dano's not in that. He's not in Identity.
He's in Identity.
Identity is with Amanda Peet and then a bunch of other actors. He's not in that.
Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta's in it. Paul Dano's not in that.
I think Paul Dano's in that.
What role does Paul Dano have? I'll put a box of Whitmans on it.
Not one of these two.
We just trade them. Dude, no, the killer at the end is that God.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, yeah, well, hey. I'm telling you. I'll bet the lawyer fees.
The lawyer fees that you just earned?
Uh-huh.
Oh, he's great in Love and Mercy.
Never seen it.
Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys.
What?
Yep, he's great in Love and Mercy.
I'm telling you. Not an Identity.
We're getting down here. Cowboys and Aliens. I didn't see that
Why
one.
don't you look up Identity and see if he's on the cast?
There Will Be Blood.
Yes.
Little Miss Sunshine.
Oh, and was he also in Alpha Dog with Justin Timberlake?
I don't see Alpha Dog on here.
No.
Well, look, IMDb may have some issues. But the point is that the Riddler...
Ooh, Sammy bags of cash. Fork it over, pal.
I mean, I hate to tell you this, but you made the mistake that a lot of people do when betting on things, where you bet something.
Yes.
And I never bet anything.
We bet. You saw it here first, folks. Commentatori.
Does this mean that I'm going to owe you $500 a week every week?
Yeah.
And it's
plus, hey, I was going to do 1.5. I'll do 1.2 points.
Oh, wow. Only 1.2 instead of 1.5. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I guess that's because
I'm Tony and you're Artie. I'm giving you a discount.
We'll get to Tony and Artie. But AJ,
you see how I think 10 steps ahead now that I'm a felon. I set you up for that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you're like Machiavelli.
Yep.
Yeah, you set me. And you see me, I'm bald like Artie. You saw it. You saw it coming a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to the Artie storyline. So AJ is uncomfortable with his girlfriend being so rich.
Yes.
Doesn't understand why he doesn't have the big mafia money, and then they go to see Meadow at the law office.
You kind of see AJ realize his family sucks. Like he sees it in a way of like, well, why don't we have that? Oh shit, we don't really have that much money. We play like we do, but we're not.
Yeah, they're
wealthy.
They're a cash operation.
Yeah, they're like chintzy.
And they also have no taste.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
got
not
that, like Roman Greco fucking TV stand in the bedroom, and Carm is like, oh, that? I won't even tell you how much it was. $3,000. What?
Yeah, I mean, not a meal
it's like
goes...
fucking bail money for me. I don't give a shit.
Bail money. Not a meal goes by in the Sopranos house that they don't have a 2-liter of Coca-Cola on the table.
Yeah, grow up. What do you got? Plastic on the table too? No, not plastic. When you had a party as a child and you had that, you'd put that little like sheet over
right,
it.
like the disposable tablecloth thing.
Yeah,
it's garbage. Yeah, I mean, like, they're trash. The Sopranos family,
yeah,
they're garbage.
AJ's kind of realizing it.
Right, they compared to like poor garbage. They're doing pretty well.
Yeah,
but I mean, like it's a McMansion that they live in. Like it's not old money, right? It's not generational wealth.
No.
And I mean, in the flashbacks, you've seen where Tony comes from.
Mm-hmm.
It's very working class mob. His dad was never the boss.
No, but there's nothing wrong with working class. But
Nothing.
When you play yourself out as this upper echelon, it's like the facade is cracking.
Especially when I think he realizes it even more when he goes to visit Meadow in the city in that car service, and Meadow's working in that like horrible area.
Yeah. Stay here. Don't leave. To the guy.
What a disappointment.
Yeah,
AJ
the
is.
South Bronx. I know. He's trying to fuck his little girlfriend in Meadow's dorm room.
So weird.
Yeah.
My sister's got a dorm room in the city.
Just go to the basement, you freak. What's the matter with you? Or go up to your room and be like, I want to show her my record collection.
Well, a big part of this episode, probably the A story, is, of course, Jean-Philippe.
Well, before we get into that,
sure.
Can we just say, someone came back in this episode.
Who's that?
Gloria, 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 F-E-L-O-N, Gloria.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to go into Gloria, I'm cool with that. Gloria, we find out through a phone call to Carmela.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I heard the most horrible thing.
Yeah, Carmela tells Tony in bed, And you see the look in his face, and she goes, Mr. Empathy over here, having no fucking clue.
Poor Carmela.
Yeah.
Poor dopey Carmela.
Yep.
It's dopey in that moment.
You know what I've noticed?
What?
Go ahead. She kind of starts to look more and more like a fool in her scenes. Like with Furio and like her at the gym with Adriana being like, oh, you can't come to the Billy Joel concert? Well, that'd be nice. Furio and his girlfriend can come, you know? Like,
yeah.
She just kind of has these like dopey looks on her face where I feel like earlier in the season, she was more of a headstrong fucking like matriarch. And now she kind of like looks weak and kind of just loopy in a way.
Well, I think that the longer you stay with these characters, the more you see their flaws. You know, I think that you know, let's not forget in the beginning of this show, Prima Volta, Salud, you were very much
pro Carm.
You were not only were you pro Carm, but you were pro Tony. And any sort of talk of Tony not being a good person or not being a great leader, you wouldn't hear of it. And now you see those cracks. I think we just naturally see the cracks in Carmela as life goes on. I mean, her dealings with Vic the painter were a little pathetic.
Furio and bringing AJ along.
The Furio with AJ, and even in this episode, going on the double date.
Yeah,
with Furio and his girlfriend and Tony and Carm is
and
like
Brian and his gal, and also, is it me or is the show getting darker visually?
Yeah, absolutely. I think
what is that?
I think season 4, and that's when it starts. At season 4, it's a visually darker show. There's no doubt about it. Like
what?
I don't know why, and I've always noticed that. You're 100% dead on.
Have they ever copped to that? Like I think we did the lighting purposefully because there's like a turn with the characters, but it's like visually darker.
Yeah, no, I think David Chase has said no, it's not. And I'm like, you are fucking gaslighting me, Chase, because it's definitely darker.
What's that fucking electric bill like?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Gaslighting us all these years.
Yeah, apparently you.
What is this, Con Edison?
You dimmed the set so you could save on gas to light us.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I noticed that. I mean, my first watch, every watch, like it's definitely, and it stays darker. I think that it gets darker, literally, and darker in tone.
Yeah. I mean, this episode was dark.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think Carmela's a little pathetic at the table with Furio but she's also like, I mean, she doesn't have a full life. She's
she gets
mob
these, like,
housewife.
She gets these little breadcrumbs of like excitement in her life. You know, like even just getting dolled up for Furio when he comes at the door to get Tony or whatever, you know.
I mean, a lot of people, they have to take the very little things, like the little interactions with Furio, a tiny little crush that they have. For you, Ian, if you develop a crush on somebody, you can forget it easy because you have excitement in your life.
Yeah.
For Carm, her crush on Furio is literally the only thing in her life that is breathing. There's the only thing in her life that is exciting at all.
Sad.
Really sad.
China.
But so she finds out, she tells Tony about Gloria. At first, Tony, I don't think, he handles it like you would expect him to handle. He doesn't do well with suicide.
Deal, but you just see his face.
He gets really mad at Melfi for not telling him.
Super mad at Melfi. Everything hunky-dory. Huh? How's Gloria? She's still hanging around? Oh! That's a fucking... Oh! And he was smiling, so you know it's bad.
It's really bad. But then...
Can I just say he has 2 smiles?
Yeah.
One smile is... this, and you know something's coming. He's got a hook coming. Woo! You didn't see it. And then when he goes and puts his lips together and smiles, he's like, oh, shucks.
And then there's the dopey dream smile when he's walking around the boardwalk. Like,
yeah.
So there's 3 smiles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tony 3 smiles.
But then at the end, and this is again very Tony, he washes his hands of it. He says he made a donation and he's done. Tony
to the hotline. And also he goes, dude, he does this weird info seeking thing where he goes to the dealership, acts like he wants to buy a car, talks to the car guy, the car salesman, which is the role I would get on the show. I always go out for like, hey, can you be a middle-aged sales guy, or can you have these like weird lines in the show?
Yeah,
Of,
I think we just found your Sopranos tie-in. You're the car dealership that used to work with Gloria Trillo.
Ugh. Fucking lock me up and throw away the key. Don't. Ian-Fidance Venmo. Get me a good attorney.
PayPal, friends and family.
Yes. Ian.finance@gmail.com. So Tony, dude, he does this thing where he's like, why? Or they usually have a reason, right? What happened? I mean, she seemed like she was a salesperson. He like has these genuine questions with this haunted look on his face, and then his brain scrambles and then follows it up with like, well, I'm just, I'm crazy.
But you know why he's asking those quote unquote genuine questions?
Because he wants to know if he's the reason.
He wants to know that he's not the reason. I think he's looking
yes.
I think he's looking
and the
for
guy goes, she had trouble with men.
And that's not what he wants to hear.
Also, this is grossly unprofessional.
I mean, yeah, I would hope that if I were to pass away, that people wouldn't be going up to Travis, and Travis is giving all the details of my gory death. He's none of your business.
Yeah, and also, like, buddy, you give all the details away and you don't even make the sale?
Yeah, what a loser.
Yeah, what a fucking loser dipshit.
But then at the end, he washes his hands, and I think this is one of the most sociopathic qualities that Tony has, that this thing that is the death of a person that he had some kind of love for, he is able to wash his hands of it. Like, and I believe him when he says he's done with it. Like, he will just put it out of his brain,
Dude,
and that's not a thing that healthy people can do.
No, and it's, again, that thing of Catholic indulgences, of paying a fine that wipes a slate clean. Like anytime something happens, even with Beansy, giving him the money, even though it was his fault, basically, whatever. Beansy, you're fine. Take it, And we see that happen with Artie in this episode, because I do think the setting on a fire of his first restaurant still plays into Tony's relationship with him in a way.
Because Artie still, in his heart, knows that Tony did it.
Yeah, and Tony knows that Artie is his boy in a way that no one else is.
But Tony, I think, has convinced himself that he did Artie a favor, because don't forget, he burned down the restaurant so there wouldn't be a mob hit in the restaurant.
Right, but he also gives Artie money. Like earlier, he wants to bring him in on business ventures, this and that. Because he'll use Artie as like a pawn for it, but he's still, as a byproduct, helping Artie out.
Theoretically, but he also knows that,
What?
He also goes back with Mikey. Artie's a business owner.
Who's Mikey?
Mikey, No. Mikey Palmisi, the guy who owns the sporting goods store.
Oh, yeah.
His name's not Mikey, but the guy who owns the sporting goods store. Like, I think on some level, he does have a real affection for Artie, but he also knows that Artie is a business owner.
Right.
And when he sees he's the scorpion, like he can't help himself. He sees the business and he wants to bleed it dry.
Well, I gotta say, I think nothing has made me laugh harder in the show at Pine Barrens, but the scene when Artie goes to Ralph for the money, and Ralph gets up and he goes, "Oh, Chef Osobuco."
That's the thing about Ralph. You hate him, but you're like, Ralph.
Yeah.
He's funny.
The pleasure of this rare experience, or is it medium rare? Little restaurant humor. He goes, if you got a stain in your shirt, my friend here will suck it out. And the greatest thing I've ever seen is he takes his hand on Vito's fat and goes, I died laughing. That is what redeems Ralph every time. He is a sociopathic murderer of innocent people with a trail of blood behind him. But because he did a little flappy flap of Vito's fat neck, I love you.
You know how badly that hurt Vito, though.
Oh, my God. So rude. So terrible.
I'm sure Vito's been working on his weight.
Oh, God. I mean, he'll suck it out for you. Holy shit.
So, Jean-Philippe,
good God.
he goes up to Artie and he's like,
Artie is such a fucking boob. He thinks if he gives money to Jean-Philippe, Elodie will maybe look at him twice in a night.
That's all it's about. It's all.
Ugh.
But he also
So fucking pathetic.
Artie isn't. This is what I've been talking about. Like Artie is not satisfied with his spot in life. Like he's not.
No.
He's. I mean, by
None
all
of these people are.
But he seems to be a very good chef.
yeah.
Like that's a skill. Like he
Yeah.
should.
He should have gratitude for what he has and not want to be this guy and just go, I'm not that guy. I'm a chef. I got a family. I got to spend $10,000 on braces for my daughter, and I try to get 10 grand out of this deal for my pocket, but Jean-Philippe, brought me down to 7.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
You're not that guy, Artie. Just accept it.
I look around and it's like, look, can I light up a stand-up comedy stage like Ian Fidance? I don't have that skill set. I can't do it.
Can you not ski since you were 15 and start bombing down mountains? Getting skier of the week, by the way.
But
Mhm.
I'm the last professional broadcaster.
Yeah.
Like, what do I got to complain about? I'd be a fool to want more.
Yeah.
You kidding me? I live in a world of excess
Yeah.
already.
We live in a world of abundance.
That's right.
And it's the recognition of abundance and the gratitude for it all that keeps you happy. And comparison is the theft of joy. And none of these people are happy.
That's right. Especially Artie, even though he's like, look, I got Sam Triali's, okay?
Yeah.
As a broadcaster, to have my own Sam Triali's,
Incredible.
dream come true. We're good to go.
Yep.
If I was a chef
Yeah.
and I had Vesuvio's
Yeah.
and I was a great chef in my own restaurant, Meadow, and I'd be
Meadow.
on cloud 9 or however you would say it in Italian.
Yeah.
But
Cloud 9. No.
that's it. But, or I'd figure out how to do it without words. Cloud. But Artie is not happy. And so when Jean-Philippe says that French vodka is the wave of the future.
Armagnac. What? Who heard of Stoli? Or like, who heard of Grey Goose or whatever? Like, what?
Well, he thinks he's going to be the next Dwayne The Rock Johnson and just have the great, I mean, Dwayne The Rock Johnson figured out a wonderful tequila and made $1 billion.
No, I think you're talking about Sammy Hagar.
No, Sammy Hagar did it. Yes. Cabo Wabo is great.
Yeah.
George Clooney also has a tequila, but The Rock has $1 billion tequila.
Does he?
Yes.
What is it?
Bro, I forget the name of it.
Oh, wow.
But
It must be great.
First of all,
You're the number one wrestling fan. You don't even remember The Rock's tequila. Must be amazing tequila.
nobody comes into this house and insults Dwayne The Rock Johnson, okay?
Wow.
I didn't know this was going to be a conversation.
Wow.
This just happened to be here.
Uh-huh.
Because it always is.
Yeah.
This is acrylic on velvet.
That is really nice.
Thank you. I paid a lot of money for it. Of course, the Armagnac deal does not go through. Artie tries to get 50 grand, was it?
50 grand from Ralph.
From Ralph.
Ralph says no because
Right.
he can't hurt him.
Exactly, which is smart on Ralph's part. It's not that he's a good guy. It's just that he knows already. Tony won't let him put a hand on Artie. He's going to get fucked. He knows Artie's not going to get the money. He knows this isn't a great business to be in. So he says no. Tony finds out about it.
And shows up to his house drunk over his Gloria tears. And that
What am I, a toxic person?
flashback was gnarly.
Yeah.
And Tony shows up. Yeah, what am I, a toxic person? You can't go to me? I mean, the thing with the guy in the sporting goods store, that was an aberration. That wasn't it was a one-time thing. I wouldn't do that to you, you know. Let me take care of it.
So, of course, the deal doesn't go through. Jean-Philippe stops returning calls. And we get to witness,
Dude,
maybe my favorite moment, among my favorite moments in the whole series. Tough guy Artie.
tough guy Artie, smoking the cig, talking himself up in front of his closet mirror that I used to have at our trash little fucking beach place we'd rent for a week as a child with 20 people crammed into 2 rooms.
A dorm room mirror.
Incredible. I loved it.
Jean-Philippe.
Qu'est-ce que c'est, man?
Qu'est-ce que c'est, man?
You French fuck.
And then he goes over to Jean-Philippe's house.
Could not have gone worse.
No, it couldn't have gone worse because he starts doing the thing that he clearly rehearsed. It doesn't sound genuine or intimidating at all. And Jean-Philippe kicks the shit out of him.
Dude, it is to see Artie fold and go, my daughter needs braces.
Ah,
Oh, God. And he
Artie.
can't even knock out a skinny French fuck? Are you kidding me?
the French fuck rips out his earring. He
Dude.
rips out his earring.
Dude, Artie, take it from me, pal. I'm a fucking felon. I know how to shake people down.
Allegedly.
You fucking go in there, play Mr. Nice Guy for a second, grip him the fuck up, give me my fucking money, you beat the shit out of him, and say, next time, I'm going to come see you in another way. And I'm not going to be as nice.
I like that. That's,
Boom.
You know what? Honestly, if I don't have any on me. If I had any cash on me, I'd give it to you because I got real scared for a sec.
Can't see, man. The money?
Come on, Artie.
Come on. Dude, he rips his little fucking earring out and gets kicked out of the guy's house that he was there to intimidate. So, what a fucking tit. He is a fucking tit.
Yeah, there's two.
Artie the tit.
He could be if you're the tits.
Yeah.
that's good. But if you're the tit,
Woof. Yeah.
bad news.
Boob's good, the boob bad.
And
Tits great, tit worse.
Artie is a tit.
Complete and total tit. And then this fucking tit.
Oh, he's in the
Dimwit
hospital.
First of all, he calls Tony, and Tony's already got the suicide guilt. So Artie makes the suicide plea. Tony's with another Gumar.
But it's like, it's bullshit, like, cry for help.
Cry for help, totally. But
Like high school girl.
Tony springs a fucking action because he's not taking any chances. He's already got one death on his fucking mind. And I let that happen. If I let this happen, I'll never live with myself. He shows up to the hospital and I mean, when I watched this, Elton John's Crocodile Rock came on because those are croc tears.
Yeah.
Those are not real tears. I thought
it was because you were thinking about when Rock was young.
You know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
If I had those brass knuckles,
Mm-hmm.
I'd ask you to go out on Saturday because Saturday nights are for fighting.
But you don't have them. They got rid of them.
Yeah, I can't fight on Saturday night.
And then he acts Artie, that shithead, acts like,
Dude.
oh, I see you. Like he really thought, like Artie, 50 grand. Do you know how much Vesuvios Tony would have to eat to get his 50 grand back? And by the way, even if Tony didn't loan you 50 grand, he's still eating for free because you're a shithead that got beat up by Jean-Philippe. Tony did not loan you the money so he could continue to eat for free. And Artie is lucky that Tony said, do not tell anybody I loaned you the money. It's the one time, and boy, is he lucky. Artie is very lucky that Gloria killed herself.
I was just thinking that.
Yep, I think that if Gloria had not killed herself,
Yeah.
Artie would have been smothered by the pillow that was meant for Tony's mom.
Wow.
What do you think of them apples? Cook them up. You won't be able to because Tony will smother you to death. Especially running your mouth like that. The fuck do you think you are? He's a tit, ultimately.
A total tit. And when it comes to tit, you got a tat. And this tit for tat, Tony totally conjures a story of him getting robbed. And first of all, I mean, Tony already thinks he's an ogre, thinks he's some sort of toxic person, and fucking Artie, unbeknownst to him, calls him a hawk, seeing things 10 miles ahead, whatever. And can you keep your fucking mouth shut?
You idiot.
Stupid moron.
You idiot. However,
keep your fucking mouth shut. Do you not know what Tony's involved in? And the fact that he's willing to help you out is like a one shot in a million, pie oh my, pie in the sky type deal.
However, Artie's not wrong in his observation. He's wrong
totally
to
right.
say it, but he's
totally right.
He's 100% right.
That is Tony.
And I feel like Tony at this point has been spending the entire episode trying to figure out how to prove to himself that he's a good person.
Right.
And he honestly thought this Artie deal, he'll give him the 50 grand, blah, blah, blah. Artie will pay him back. That was going to prove that he's a good person. when it all blows up and then Artie calls him out for exactly what he is, Tony can no longer, there's no way he's going to prove that he's not all these bad things.
Right.
So that's the moment that he decides, I'm going to give a donation and I'm going to stop worrying about it.
Yeah.
He stops the hunt to be a good person because on some level, he knows that he's not going to find an answer that leads to him being a good person.
Mm-hmm.
And so instead, it's just like, well, then I'll forget I even worried about it.
Yeah. My question is, where do they get this money to just give someone 50 grand?
Who, like Tony?
Yeah.
In a duck feed.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why they hide money everywhere.
Oh, so he's got to go back to the duck to get the money to give to Artie.
Right. And I'm sure there's money in the floorboards. There's money in the ceilings. That's why it's not like they don't go to the bank and pull money out. Yeah.
Right. Okay, yeah. They got that floor money and that's okay. All right. Because I was like, where would Ralph get that money from? He's just got that money laying around? Or would Ralph go to Tony?
Well, Ralph's an earner. Ralph does very well.
Yeah.
So Ralph might have that money laying around.
Right.
I mean, and keep in mind, this show came out 15, 20 years ago. Otherwise,
right.
Crypto.
Oh. Also, can I just say,
yeah,
the funny thing about Tony saying the thing to Artie goes, $50,000, and he goes, well, technically, with the 2 points you already laid on a payment, whatever, which is so funny. And then we see him. Don't we see eating at Vesuvio, and we see Artie...
That's where the date is at the end of the episode.
...give a free drink or free food, and he just sheepishly puts his head down or some shit, like, just like a total fucking loser.
Yeah.
And then, at the end of the episode, I love it, because the whole episode, Tony is searching for a sliver of someone. When he goes, what, am I a toxic person? He wants someone to go, no. You're good. Let me pat your back. Don't you suck on mommy's titties. Not the titties.
Yeah.
And at the end of the episode, fucking innocent Brian, let's raise a glass to my new friend Tony. You're a good guy.
Thanks, Brian.
Yep.
That's all he needed.
Wow.
That's all he needed.
And then those Terminator just fucking sight set on innocent, vulnerable, unknowing man.
So do you think that Brian calling Tony a good person, short term, obviously a good thing. Long term, he might have signed his own death certificate right there?
Oh, yeah, he signed his name in blood with that, and he doesn't even know it.
No, he has no idea.
Has no clue. Tony is, again...
With the suit on and everything?
The Hawk.
Yep.
The Hawk.
Yep.
It is, it's really admirable in a way how his mind works.
He's good at something.
Like, do you think he knows, like, in his head, if I do this, I could get this and da-da-da, or is it just like an algorithm that plays out and goes beep boop bop boop and it just happens?
I think it's the 10,000 hours principle. I think Tony's been doing this for a long time, and he's so normalized to it that he's just there, that he knows instinctively how this is all going to go. He's an animal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his instincts are right on.
Also, can I say...
Yes. I mean, you don't have to say, but you can.
Well, I was trying to say it without words. Brian signed his name in blood, but also I noticed Carm's oven dinged the same way Gloria's oven dinged.
Oh, wow. Look at you finding the Easter eggs now. My guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like this. Bada bing.
Oh. Bing, bing, bong.
Bing, bong.
Bing, bong.
Gloria's dead.
Yeah.
Bing, bong.
Bing, bong. Gloria's dead.
Well, look, if people want to track you down, you're not a difficult man to find.
iAnimal69, Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter. I'm not a difficult man to find if you want to give me an envelope for cash, but if you're looking for me because I got a warrant and you're a bail bondsman, don't look at my stand-up schedule, and don't come to the Comedy Cellar where I am every night when I'm not on the road. Coming up, April 1st and 2nd, Vermont Comedy Club.
Not there.
No.
Unless you're a commandatore.
If you're a commandatore, come on out, Dattori, to see me live.
That's perfect. It works. It works 100%. We thank you all. By the way, thank you for all the great comments that you're leaving. Thank you for keeping everything spoiler free from my Manny and Fidance.
Love it. Thank you.
Mary Jean, please stop tweeting spoilers.
Mary Jean, you dumb bitch. We love you. Thank you. I would love to just curl up and nap in your ass and kind of live there for a while because I'm going to be on the run from the cops. But do me a favor. Do not ever talk to us about The Sopranos again because you legitimately gave spoilers. And I said, I haven't seen it. She goes, wait, you've never seen the show? Which is the premise of the show.
Exactly. That's why for you, and go ahead, hit like on the video, leave comments, do the whole thing. And I mean, I can't believe we still have to explain this, but for me and for some of you out there, I'm sure, it's the 150,000th time. But for Ian and for others, well, it's there. Prima Volta.
You know an attorney. Hit up a paisan. Meadow.